Here's a sketch design that Sarah Greenwood did for the Sherlock Holmes movie, the first one with Robert Downey Jr. And she sketched an Industrial Revolution alley in London. So what she wanted to capture was, let's capture the Industrial Revolution in all its exuberance, grime, mechanical building development for this period, because that's when Sherlock Holmes is Conan Doyle's character is alive. It's in the late 19th century. The Victorian period is almost over, but the burst of the Industrial Revolution is predominant. And so what she does is she takes the majesty of empire against the darkness of the Industrial Revolution and its development as a setting for her Sherlock Holmes drama. And then in the inside of the Holmes residence in Baker Street, we see this intellectual drive, this intellectual hunger with all that we've got things and bell jars. We've got looks like paintings of Whitman or Darwin in the background. We've got skulls for biological examination. We've got all sorts of drawings and maps and anatomical information, and we have the whole etymological investigation of nature. So we're investigating nature. It's a scientific room in a Victorian era. We see the seeking mind in all its accessories, and she does this very simply. In the set, of course, we see the movie. We don't notice as much. We see Robert Downey, and he's doing a Sherlock thing with his violin, but in the background, it's just wonderful touches like that book that's balanced precariously on that lampshade in the background, ready to fall on the ground. It's a wonderful touch, but it's got that mixture of the metronome and the book. It's the science and the elegant tea set. It's Victorian and yet modern at the same time, and in these small touches. And to parody the upper class in this Holmesian version of Robert Downey Jr., we have this overindulgence of gold here. It's like we take that Marie Antoinette kind of picture and we mix it with Victorian super drapery in abundance. We got gold headboards, bedspreads, everything, wallpaper even. Everything is almost tarnished, you might say, with gold to make it look so ridiculous in contrast to the grimy industrial surroundings, like we see here in the warehouse with possible dogfights about ready to commence. But a wonderful set decoration here where we got barrels in the background, giving you that hard drinking, lower class world where the vices are so openly in display, whether it's the dogfight or the drinking. And then that scientific balance of the Industrial Revolution for the Holmes movies. We have all these experiments with bugs and animals and chemistry, and just look at the detritus on the ground of the leftover frenzy of experimentation that's going on, whether it's butterfly snakes, ostrich eggs, who knows what's going on in this experimental lab. It could be Frankenstein for all we know, but we certainly feel that intellectual questing of the late Victorian age. And here we see set decorators at work on the Sherlock Holmes movies. We see them lowering some flats with the skyline in the background, and we see on the left side, and then on the right side we see them constructing the ships that will be used in the Thames that we see. We're going to see partially some of this ship, and we're going to green screen the rest. But here we can see set decks really at work with a big budget for a big budget movie. And if you got a big budget, you can have fun with big guns here. Here, this whole cannon has been built because of the set decorators' design, the set designers' concept. The set decorators have put this together. Almost looks like you could actually use it in real warfare, but it's a wonderful imagination that's going to create that late 19th century feel of like big guns are going to win the war, going to win battles, which of course they didn't. But it's that sense of power is perfectly exemplified in this prop piece. Her latest design, Sarah Greenwood's latest design, has been Anna Karenina, which was nominated for Academy Award, I think, last year or year before. And this is a drawing that she did, because what happened is they couldn't go shoot in Russia. It was too expensive, so they decided to do the whole story, Tolstoy's whole story, inside a theater. That was the concept. So to do that, she came up with all these drawings that gave us an example of the czarist Russia and the upper classes and their wealth. I mean, the chandelier domination here are with this horse racing thing. We saw the horse race inside the stage there, and also inside the theater itself. So it was kind of a very interesting creative design that she came up with. But she did this with a collage here to show what she would do, and then you can see how they turned that theater into all the different scenes in Anna Karenina. The ice skating rink here, we have the ice skating rink inside the theater. So she drew up the theater in blueprints. They found this in England, and then the set deck people dressed it with the sleds and everything. And then you can see how the cinematographer is adapting his vision to fit the production designer's concept here, getting the camera inside that skating rink, as well as they do it here. The cameras come inside, so we're going to see the sleds, and in the background we see the rest of Moscow and everything. But we've got the camera picking out the portions of the set design to make it come to life. And here are different examples of what she created for Anna Karenina. These long hallways of power and kingly governance, I guess you might say, where it's all a procession. It's all a display of class and wealth, and you can see just by the royal purples and the tall pillars, we get what we need to complete this vision. And this is seen here, I think, finally, as the symbol of the whole thing is this profusion of flowers against that rich gold wood, and the purple regal pillars, and the purple almost chessboard pieces of marble for the floor. Gives you everything you need to know about the czarist upper class Russia.